Hello there. Now, you don't know who I am, but you're here because you are a gamer of refined taste. That's right, we both are great avid fans of the Castlevania franchise. And it's here that we're going to continue diving into each individual Castlevania title with Castlevania II: Simon's Quest. Now, it's been brought to my attention that there are a few YouTube videos and other people across the internet who have been saying some disparaging things about Castlevania II.
What?
So why don't you please join me while we take an objective look at Castlevania II: Simon's Quest. Castlevania II for the NES ended up in my hands pretty much right after I had spent what seemed like countless hours with Metroid and Rygar. So when I started Simon's Quest, its open world style of free to roam, non-linear level design, it enticed and enthralled me pretty much instantly. I wasn't alone in this feeling either, as most everyone in my gaming circle was also hooked. Okay, albeit my gaming circle at this time was really pretty small. And okay, it's not like my gaming circle nowadays has gotten that much bigger, but still, we were all enjoying this. These early days of Nintendo were wonderful, as sequels could be almost anything. Developers were not afraid to try something new, then release it and move on to maybe something completely different, or maybe even move on to the next sequel. They just kept moving forward. The greatest thing about Castlevania II was that it allowed me to do what I had always wanted to do most, spend as much time in that game world as I wanted to. I could wander all over. I could try out all kinds of weird combinations of items that I was collecting. I could talk to NPCs in any order that I wanted to hopefully get somewhat of a clue as to what to do next. I was able to live in Castlevania, and yes, I was young and definitely had a lot more time to be able to do just all that without feeling any kinds of stress or pressure, like a massive gaming back catalog. It felt grand. It felt epic. Here I was, trying to roam around and collect pieces of Dracula's body so that I could revive and then re-kill him just to alleviate this curse that I've fallen under. It was simply glorious. The constant transition between day and night was cool and even exciting to see that happening right in front of your eyes. Though nowadays, most people seem to just be annoyed by it. Okay, I'll give it to you. That does get pretty annoying. The first couple times you see it, it's really cool. But then after that, you really just want to be able to speed up the text and alright, let's have this transition go. You know what? It was still innovative and really cool to see. As much as I love Castlevania II when it released, and as much as I love and enjoy it today, I do see some of its flaws. Back in the day, we knew that games were going to be obtuse, full of red herrings, and at times downright deceitful. It was just the way it was. Developers were out to constantly trick us, bewilder us, and confuse us, and also frustrate us. It was their goal. Many had come from working on arcade games where the whole point was to make us spend all of our quarters. Because of that, we knew that we had to rely on each other and magazines for any kind of tips or even helpful information. Now, Simon's Quest did take advantage of us several times, and what seemed like an annoyance then can actually be quite infuriating today. But maybe that's just me, as I have a few more years under my belt now. The game, though, gave us some absolute classic Castlevania tropes. We got a flaming vampire killer. Yeah, the whip we use. Well, actually here in this game they called it a Morning Star. But now we can upgrade it so it's on fire. And then, of course, we get the most iconic piece of Castlevania music with bloody tears. Oh my gosh, is this not the best song in gaming? Oh, I tell you, this piece of music has carried this franchise on its shoulders for decades. Oh, it is so good, so grand, so epic. We also got to experience Castlevania with a hint of inventory management and light RPG leveling and strengthening of Simon as the journey progressed. For all of its now infamous faults, this entry into the franchise planted many seeds that would later bear so much fruit. There were even multiple endings, depending on how fast you could complete the game. I always took my sweet time, never wanting to rush through, but luckily, with this being a very large and open world game, we were given access to a password system. Not that they were easy passwords to write down, and then to key back in when you want to start the game back up the next day, but it was a welcome added feature. And yes, we did share passwords so that we could see all the different endings, and if you try to compare it to games of today, or even just 10 years from after its release, yeah, you'll find obvious things to nitpick and be upset about. But that does not change the legacy that Castlevania II leaves. Its impact is so wide and far that a whole new genre was created because of what this game brought to us. When I go back and replay Simon's Quest, I don't have the anger or the irritation that many people new to the game do, as I played it at a time when that was just the norm for most any gaming experience. Nowadays, people might not see this as a Castlevania game that they want, but it is the Castlevania game that we needed at the time. With all that said, with as much as I love Simon's Quest and will forever be an avid defender, I will rank this entry at a solid B tier. Yeah, B tier. Get it? Bloody tears? Oh man. Oh, that's great. Oh, that's so good it couldn't even write itself. And so there you have it, our little retrospective, replay, revisitation, review of Castlevania II Simon's Quest. Oh, that was a great trip down memory lane, and it's always fun to go back and play again. Well, I just want to say thank you for watching this video. Please let me know in the comments below what you thought about Castlevania II Simon's Quest, if that was one of your favorites, or one you really just couldn't quite get into because of how different it was. And then I look forward to meeting up with you in our next video as we take a nice dive into Castlevania III Dracula's Curse. Cheers! And as always, game on!
Yeah.